Okay, so today I have a very special car that I've been restoring. It's taken a little while, but I'm ready to show the first phase of my 1987 Nissan Pulsar NX with Sportback. This has been a really fun project, particularly because this car has a lot of meaning to me. I have the sketches for this car above my desk. This is the car that made me want to design for Nissan, and I did design for Nissan for about a decade. I got to work for Doug Wilson, who designed this car, and it has meaning to me, but it's also a really, really cool design. I think it's very, if you took every little icon of the 80s and put it into one car, this is what you'd have. From the modular back end with the changeable hatches, to the slanted taillights, to the flip-up headlights, to the directional wheels, to the slab-sided body. That's just about everything. This car was in an estate. It sat in storage for about 13 years, and then I found it, and it was going to go to a wrecking yard, and I convinced the estate owner, or the sister of the deceased, not to send it to the wrecking yard and to sell it to me. For a lot less than the state of California was going to give her, but I told her it would be in good hands, and I would restore it, and that's what I've done as efficiently as I can and as originally as I can, considering what I had to work with. What I did was I bought two cars, and with some good friends, Mike Parente and Mark Tracy, we took many body panels off of the other car, put them on this car, because this car only has about 80,000 miles, and kept it all silver. Someday I'd like to paint it, but for now it's a nice, clean, complete car, and it came out really nice. It took off the back end, the taillights, Sportback, wheels off of another car, and also all of the front end features right there, meaning the hood, headlamp covers, front bumper, fenders, all from the other car came to this car. That means that this car has nice straight panels, which can be repainted. The other cars were all crumpled and had creases and odd highlights in them from minor dents, but with these panels the car will be easy to paint someday if we decide to do that. But a little more about the car itself. Why this car is so interesting to me is that it's a very pure design. If you look at the body side right there, it's like a extruded tube that just has one small bit of crown all the way to the top, and it's so clean and so pure it almost looks like a milled ingot, and I love that kind of stuff they were playing with at Nissan Design in San Diego in the 80s. There's some great stories in Jerry Hirschberg's book The Creative Priority about how the Sportback came into being, but I won't tell the story here. But what I think the takeaway is that I found so interesting is that it was never a product planning mandate. Rather, it was the designers that came up with the idea themselves, and Jerry mostly was able to sell it to the company and get it into production, which is rare. It's a hard thing to do, especially for something that complicated. It's one thing to design a modular hatch system, but then all that goes into it is a big commitment, from distribution to manufacturing differences to costs to warranty issues. It's really amazing that something like this got made. It's probably unlikely that something like this could get made again. And it's a really cool idea. It completely changes the proportion of the car. Love it or hate it, it's a pure design. It's a polarizing design. And by simply changing that back end, all of the visual weight, of course, moves to the back of the car, and it becomes a bit of a little van or a utility wagon. And I love that idea that you get one car with two personalities. I mean, how 80s can that be? How much more 80s could that be? Swatch watches had modular changeable covers. Car has changeable patches. It's very much in the mentality of the time. Get more for your money. Get two cars in one. I think that's kind of beautiful. As we start to move away from these cars in time and they move into our history, it's a little easier to appreciate what they were doing and the genius of these designs. When they get old, when they're just old and dated, they kind of get forgotten about and no longer appreciated. But we're just about far enough away from these cars, from when they were new, that you can start to appreciate them again and really see they were playing with some pretty innovative ideas with this design. It was an honor for me to design there with these talented people as well, and I took many of their ideas and philosophies into my own design consultancy under my own name. and I'm very grateful for that time, and grateful for the career that it lets me have. So that's my little piece about the Nissan Pulsar NX, and in next installment I'll show you the interior. Currently the interior is in the car, but it's not assembled, so I want to get that done before I show you. So thanks for watching.